Go ahead and put your hands behind your back. Thank you. Hi. What's your name?
Nick.
What is it? Nick. What happened?
I was basically arguing over him. I was trying to figure out like what happened to my items that were in my room. I don't have a lock on my door or anything, and I know that a bunch of my items in my room was missing. So I went down there to confront him about it, and he basically came up to me, started shoving me, saying, "Get out of my room." This, that, the other thing. I said, "Don't put your hands on me. Don't touch me. I'm just trying to figure out where my stuff is." And then he said, "Get the f*** out of my room, otherwise I'm gonna hurt you." And then I was like, "Why are you being aggressive towards me?" And he said, "I don't care," and he started shoving me, and then that's when I shoved him back, and then it just downfalled from there.
Okay.
And then he started calling the cops, and that's why you guys are
Do you
here.
have any marks on you?
I mean, not really. I mean, I'm pretty
No
big.
marks anywhere?
I'm pretty big, so.
Okay. And you say he hit you first?
Yeah, he stood up and he started shoving me like out of the
And you were
room.
in his room and you didn't want to leave his room?
I was trying to figure out where my stuff was before I even like exit the premises, so that I could at least have like somewhat of an idea. And I was just, at first I calmly asked him like, "Hey, do you know where my stuff is?" As soon as I asked him that, aggression. He was like, "No, get the f*** out of here, X, Y, and Z. I don't give a shit." And I was like, "Can you please just help me out by finding the stuff?" And he started shoving me on, and I was like, please stop, stop touching me, stop. And I was like, touch me again, and we're gonna have a problem. Like, I don't want to. That's when like we started wrestling and whatnot and grappling, and then eventually he was like holding me, and that's when I was trying to like get him off of me, because he was like.
When you go like this, where were your hands when you did this?
Like this, like around, yeah.
Around.
Yeah, I was like trying to shove him off of me.
Which part of his body were you touching when you were doing this?
Like around here. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you remember ever putting your hands on his neck?
It might have been like up towards his neck a little bit, but I was trying to like put my hands on his chest, but he was wrapping his legs around me and whatnot, so.
Go ahead and put your hands behind your back. Thank you. Suspect just took off running from us. Stop! Be back. .34, where are you at?
Take it right down, Cumberland.
So my take on this up to this point is that the police already knew they had their guy. They had already determined that this guy was more likely than not guilty of something. They just needed to hear his version of events, conduct their investigation, just in case that he had something to say that conflicted with what they already knew that came across credible. My guess is that he didn't say anything that they found particularly credible or that changed any of the facts they'd already gathered, which is why they then proceeded to have him turn around and put his hands behind his back. And then obviously the guy took off and ran, which is the dumbest thing he possibly could have done. He seemed to be just acting sketchy enough. I bet this guy already knew he was guilty, and that's why his, flight response kicked in as quickly as it did.
Did you lose sight of him?
Yeah, the fence.
Back from 35 charges. They're going to be domestic battery, possibly ag domestic battery. Suspect's like 5'8", probably 130 pounds, 140 pounds. Wearing a navy blue Plainfield South athletic t-shirt and a pair of black shorts.
30 pounds, 140 pounds, wearing a navy blue Plainfield South athletic t-shirt and pair of black shorts.
35, he's going back to the house.
10-4. Stop! Just stop! This isn't gonna get better! Stop! In the backyard, Juliet.
We're in the backyard.
Where is he? He's in the backyard. He just ran back here.
Check the backyard.
Yeah. You stay away. I don't want him to hurt you.
Okay, yeah, of course. I'll take that out the bar. You gotta unlock it. There you go.
Don't let him in this house.
No.
Right here, officer. What are you doing?
I told him not to run.
Stop. Put your hands behind your back.
Come on, Nick. I told you not to run. You just made it worse on yourself.
Very much so.
Go for it. Tell me 926.
You just made it worse on yourself.
Now you have more charges. I'm gonna finish my paperwork. I want you to sit with him, Alvarado, in the car, okay?
I'm sorry.
Stand right here. Don't move.
Yes, ma'am.
Spread your feet. No, get up. Spread your feet.
Spread your feet out.
I have nicotine on me and my phone. That's it.
We shouldn't have run.
I'm sorry. Like I said, I was in the heat of my moment.
You thought running would help?
Dude, I don't want to go to jail. What are you telling me?
Well, now you're going to jail for more.
Yeah.
This was a simple domestic battery. Now you've turned it into resisting, fleeing.
You got your camera?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Let me turn the back one on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna have him sit in the car while I finish paperwork because I don't want him taking off again on us.
No, he's 17. Or wait, how old are you, buddy? No, he's 20. Yeah. Hey, don't do that.
Him shoving me first doesn't matter, right?
You would have had your day in court, man. You still are gonna have your day in court. This isn't the end all be all.
I don't want there to be any court. I just wanted my shit out of my room, man. Like, it's in my room for a reason. Why do I have to sit here and wake up every morning wondering, oh, is this going to be in my possession? Oh, is my shit still here? Are my clothes still on my hand? Nobody should have to wake up like that. I'm thankful to God that I have a roof over my head and I have parents that love me. Because if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have shit, man. All I want to do is finish high school and finish my community service, man.
What did I do community service for?
Freaking speeding. And I was speeding for the reason to get him to school, get his education. And mine. What type of family calls the cops on family? Family figures family issues out through the family, not through the police. I'm gonna headbutt something, I swear to God, dude.
No, man. Like I said, man, you do stuff like that, you're just gonna make it worse. So look, right now, it's not the end of the world.
Might as well be till my f***ing life is over.
No, it's domestic battery. It's a misdemeanor.
I'm gonna be in jail for domestic battery when this could have been resolved with him just giving me my
Remember I told you you're gonna have your day in court, right? Just because you're in cops and you're in a squad car doesn't mean it's the end all be all. You're gonna go see a judge, you're gonna tell him your side of the story, right?
My takeaway after listening to him talk there at the end is that this is just not a very smart person. You know, maybe he took something that day. I mean, nothing really screamed that he was on drugs or alcohol to me. He just seems like kind of a low IQ guy who got emotional and was a little bit desperate for reasons that just don't make any sense. Unfortunately, he just doesn't really have, the reasoning ability to carefully think through this and realize that what he was worried about just isn't such a big deal. You'll get to your stuff eventually, man. I mean, there's no reason to, commit domestic battery and then to flee the police when they're in the middle of their investigation. Yes, he was going to be arrested. Yes, he was going to go to jail. But even then, he didn't know what his charge was going to be. I don't think this guy knew that he had committed domestic battery, and he clearly didn't know that it was just a misdemeanor as opposed to a felony. So what could he have possibly known at the time that motivated him to run? My guess is absolutely nothing, and he just got scared. Like he said, he was in the heat of the moment, and he reacted emotionally, and that fight or flight response kicked in. In this case, it's flight. I thought it was kind of odd, too, how they said that he's 20, and then he said that he wants to finish high school. So, yeah, maybe there's some sort of developmental problem. Maybe he's got a learning disability. Maybe that's what's going on with this guy. And if that's the case, then yeah, I've got a little bit of sympathy for him, but he still made a big mistake here, and now he's going to have to pay for it. Okay, guys, let me know what you thought about this one in the comments. Why do you think he took off like he did, when he did, and what do you think might have been motivating this behavior for him? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you back here next time.